What's going on, everybody? Hey, and welcome into How To Tuesday, newest edition of How To, brought to you by Going Bracket Racing YouTube channel. I'm George, as always, stepping in here, give you a little bit of knowledge and some information around a couple questions we've been receiving in our Going Bracket Racing Facebook page there. And basically, it's going to be surrounding tire pressure, um, several questions about slick pressure, even a couple questions about front tire pressure as well. So wanted to take a little time to give you guys a little context and a little bit of information, basically information that we've learned over the years, kind of being around the racetrack. Some information we've learned from calling into manufacturers as that's kind of the first rule of thumb when you're thinking about tires. You're gonna go with somebody's brand, be it Mickey Thompson, Hoosier, Goodyear. Kind of doesn't matter there, in my opinion. But you're gonna go with somebody's brand of tire, and that somebody is gonna have a recommended setting or a where you should start based on the weight of your car or dragster or whatever it is that you're going to be driving there. Certainly would recommend right off the bat when you make your purchase to speak to the manufacturer, as they're the experts on this thing. We're just going to drop a little bit of knowledge here on the Going Bracket Racing YouTube channel. Certainly, if you have some things that you have experienced yourself, being a bracket racer over the year, that you wouldn't mind sharing with the rookies to the sport, there, feel free and leave a comment. Send us a message if you want a comment to be put on the page, and you would like us to do it for you. Either way, but we'd like to get as much information as we can out to the rookie class there. So so definitely, as we've learned over the years here, and we're kind of going to use our own cars as a reference point there. Of course, I know that the S10 is roughly about 2,500 pounds, and basically just make a mental note of this here. But the slick that I'm going to go with, I know that I'm probably going to be anywhere in between 7 and 8 pounds of air to start there. I think Casey's roughly about 3,000 pounds on the Nova, and I want to say he's probably right around the 10 or 11 pound range. If that gives you a little bit of an understanding, you definitely want to know the weight of your car. It's definitely something to keep in mind when selecting your slick as well as your tire pressure. So if that gives you a little bit of a correlation, 2,500 pounds, we're seeing around 7 to 8 pounds in our experience. 3,000 pounds for Casey, he's seeing about 10 to 11 pounds of air. I know that on some dragsters, I'm just speaking from watching my dad, I think he runs a Mickey Thompson. His car may come in at 2,000, maybe just a little bit under pounds. And I'm pretty sure he's running, just in the 6 range, 6 to 7, maybe 6 and a quarter here or there, just kind of depending on what he feels working out perfectly for his car. I don't want anybody to go into this thing thinking that it might not take a little bit of trial and error. As a rule of thumb there, per pass, you want to keep adding pressure until your car starts to spin. You'll notice the spinning by number one. If you've got a GoPro, you can set a GoPro on your rear wheel. If you're on your own and you have somebody recording a pass of your first pass or your second few passes, hey, you guys are going to be drag racing for a while. The way it sounds, make those first few passes as informational as possible. Have them watch your slicks. It's easier if you have 2 people there with you, where one can record your pass and the other can record the tires. But you definitely want to be able to gain as much information as you can from your passes as you're out there. But by rule of thumb, you want to add about half a pound, is what we're hearing. Half a pound, and keep adding it until your car starts to spin. You started to spin, bring it back down that half a pound, and right there, after if say you're at 10 and a half, and you went up to 11 and spun. Well, drop that tire pressure back down to 10 and a half, and you should be able to find your happy medium or your solid state there where you want to be. So some other things we've learned here and kind of want to make note of for you guys to have as a reference point is you want to beware of too little tire pressure, or should I say the slick spinning on the wheel. And there's a few ways to kind of make sure that's not happening. I don't know if you have shoe polish. I know days of old they used to use shoe polish on the back tire, check spinning, check if the tire's moving, things like that. But certainly mark your tire when you've got it. Mark your tire and your wheel both with the same mark, and that'll give you an understanding if that car is spinning. That mark's not going to line up anymore. So definitely a way to make sure you're number one, you don't need B-locks or screws in your tires because you're moving too fast with a said tire, or number two, too little of pressure on your tire, just to make sure that that's not moving there. So definitely wanted to give you that information there. I know that in the front, I'm hearing anywhere in between, 35 pounds front air pressure tire. You can go up or down depending on what class you're racing. I know that in the foot brake, and some of you foot breakers out there, feel free and correct me if I'm wrong and give us a little insight of what you've kind of uncovered there. But I know that if you are feeling like you're a little too slow on reaction time, maybe one round as a foot breaker, if you add a little bit of tire pressure, you're going to speed up your reaction time. It's just going to change your rollout per se. And if you're feeling like you're too fast, well, let's lower that tire pressure down a little bit until you find your sweet spot. So if you went 5,000 red on your first hit, but man, that felt wonderful, and that's where you want to be on the tree. Certainly, once you've practiced enough, you'll be able to know if I put in, say, 35 pounds of pressure or 33 pounds of pressure, I'm going to be able to slow it as long as I'm going down in the pressure. Okay, so that, of course, assuming your starting pressure was higher than the 35 or the 33. So definitely wanted to give that little bit of information. Certainly, thank you to everybody who chimed in there in our Going Bracket Racing YouTube channel inbox for the Facebook, and certainly keep them coming, guys. As you begin the journey, we are. This is my first year that I'm going to be racing by myself as well, so I know that I'm going to go through some things as a rookie that I'm going to need your guys' help with as well. So certainly we have a wealth of information that we have access to that we can share with you guys. If you see anything or feel that you want some information surrounding a certain subject, feel free to chime in there. But as a quick reminder there, Going Bracket Racing, we have a few partners. Definitely want to take a little time to head on over to the Rhino page here and make sure you guys are aware of what they have going on. Looks like they're giving away this truck. Of course, you have to enter the drawing in order to win, but it's definitely a giveaway. Pretty nice F-150 here. More details definitely can be found at rhino.co. Okay, and definitely if you want to enter into this, we have a promo going on the Facebook page of Going Bracket Racing Facebook page. It already has our promo GBR inside of it. If you go to the website, feel free to use that GBR promo code. It will get you some extra entries into this drawing. So definitely give a look over there at the boys at Rhino. As always, got to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Firecracker Performance. We thank you guys for the how-tos and things surrounding transmissions and things like that, fluid levels, things of that nature. So certainly can't thank you guys enough, as well as the people who follow us. We thank you guys for what you do for the Going Bracket Racing YouTube channel. But with that being said, this is another episode, a quick episode there of How To Tuesday. If you got some things, again, that you want to hear, you got some things you need to know about, certainly give us a shout. Whatever we can do to find what you're looking for, we will pull out all the stops. But for now, we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like and share on that YouTube channel, and continue to follow us. Thanks for sharing away. Hope you guys have a good day.